Yeah, thank you, Mr. Chair. I mean, look, I agree with you, Mr. Chairman, about the need for data, and I hope to be able to work with you all in terms of being able to get that and try to make sure we're being thoughtful and pragmatic. But I'll be honest with you, Mr. Chair, just dropping a survey that we've never seen before into a public hearing, and give us an opportunity to really think this through and figure out what kind of message and what kind of information we're providing to the American people and making sure that it is rigorous and credible. So I just hope that going forward we can try to do that together, and I'm willing to work with you and work hopefully with the DoD to make sure we have that kind of information that we know we can go off of and make real determinations on, rather than just trying to drop things at the last second here. Going forward, look, Assistant Secretary Schaefer, I appreciate in your testimony you talked through 5 points. You said that you're trying to change going forward, and that's something I wanted to dig at a little bit more, because look, we're seeing the challenges across all sectors of the workforce right now in the country, all industries right now, about recruitment and being able to bring people in. So I guess I want to ask you, in terms of those, what are you learning? What specifically are you drawing from in terms of best practices, whether they are from other government agencies, but also from the private sector, and in order to understand how we're going to be able to take on new innovative practices when it comes to recruitment? I appreciated some of the details you provided, but I want to just know, what specifically can you layer on top of that to give us an understanding of best practices here?
Thank you for that question. So we did look at best practices from industry. We met with large companies, small companies, to get a sense of how they are recruiting and how they are connecting with Gen Z. And I think we have done a lot of work on kind of the expectations that Gen Z has. And so clearly they are looking for purpose in their careers. That's what we keep hearing, and we have that in spades. They're looking for flexible career paths, which would cause us to sort of shift away from our hierarchical, siloed career paths that we currently have, to more of a jungle gym model, which is what they're looking for. So we are trying to infuse some more of that flexibility. They talk about the importance. Gen Z is very interested in the relationship with their recruiters. That's very important to them. So we are making a shift towards a professionalized recruiting force, which is an industry standard. Right now, we are working off of a borrowed manpower model in which we pull people from different specialties to become recruiters. We're looking actually at the other services as well, and one of the things that makes the Marine Corps so effective in recruiting is that recruiting is a path to leadership in the Marine Corps. You have to be a recruiter in order to become the commandant or the ACMAC.
Yeah.
And so that's how you bring in your best and brightest. And so we are working on revamping the career paths for recruiters as well.
Thank you. Assistant Secretary Parker and Wagner, I want to ask you, a lot of it we're talking about bringing in new people into the fold, but what we know is that a lot of people join the services have family members or from military families. So I guess I want to just ask you, what specifically are you all doing in terms of that kind of outreach and communication to military families to try to address some of these concerns that they may or may not have? So we'll start with Mr. Parker.
Thank you, Ranking Member Kim. We are definitely trying to reach out to families and to influencers being teachers and coaches.
But is there a particular cohort, a particular section of the recruitment element that is specifically for military families?
That's an area that we're definitely trying to reach into, both through digital media and also with increasing access to schools as well, which helps us get access to those influencers also. And so we're trying to reach out in every way that we can. We recruit in every zip code, and so that allows us to provide recruiters.
So, but just to my point, like, is there a specific team? There's a specific component of recruiters that are specific to military families?
I'm not aware of a specific team of recruiters that are focused on military families, but I know it is an effort that we're trying to reach into to make sure we're helping to inform military families and also those other influencers.
Yeah, look, let's follow back up. I know I'm out of time, but I'll follow back up with each of you because I think that's really critical in terms of how we engage. Thank you, and I'll yield back.